Hey, what's up guys? My name is Cdale Enick of Fallen Hour Artwork, and welcome to Really Horse Magazine.
My name is Cdale Enick. Who are the artists in our area making an impact? What is one message you would give to a young aspiring artist? What are these artists trying to do?
Okay, so a little bit of a backstory about myself and Fallen Hour Artwork. I am co-owner of Fallen Hour Artwork. I work alongside with my wife Alethea Marie of Alethea's Boutique. I'll put her work down below so you guys can get familiar with her as well as her story. I think she's going to introduce herself in text as well. So, what is Fallen Hour Artwork? So Fallen Hour Artwork started out like 2 or 3 years ago. Me and Alethea, we were both artists, both creative, and we loved, this is our passion, art. So we started out selling things and just creating stuff. Didn't really have too much sales in the beginning or any reach as far as getting our voice out there, getting on a platform that will get us somewhere to be heard. So we started our own platform, Fallen Hour. And through the years, we have developed this brand name that has got us on some pretty cool opportunities. It has opened up a lot of doors for us. We actually have our stuff in Stones and Bones Rock Shop in Billings, Montana. They're part of Body Rigs Tattoo. And so our goal was to create art pieces for people that can't really afford or don't really have the time to go into an art gallery and buy the really good expensive art pieces. So we wanted to create the same amount of quality at a much lower cost for those people. And this was our vision, was to create art pieces and get them out the door. Get them to people who really love art. And coming a couple of years later, we started this new business called Fallen Hour Media, and what we actually do is, I'm a social media marketer, and we go to businesses big or small, and we help them get sales leveraging social media. And after starting this new business, we didn't really have an idea where we were going to take Fallen Hour Artwork. And this kind of troubled me a little bit because I'm an artist and this is my passion, creating things and getting on that level of just getting my thoughts out there, getting my feelings out there, and getting my vision out there through art pieces. And so we didn't have an idea where to take this. So we sat down and we thought, well, let's try to cover other artists in the area. Let's put other artists on our platform so they can be heard. And this is where this started. We're in the magazine. And this is basically the concept of covering other artists and putting them on a platform that they can be heard. And hopefully reach you in such a way that you admire their art pieces, admire their story, and hear them as an artist. This is our vision. This is our goal. So you guys are going to witness and guys are going to watch my first ever interview with an artist. We're covering an artist from Croatia, Montana by the name of Nikki Stewart. So I sat down with her husband, Jared Stewart, and we talked about Nikki Stewart and her artwork and her beadwork. Nikki Stewart is an artist from Croatia, Montana who does beadwork and other art pieces as well, and she puts on these big networking events called bazaars. And we were actually part of these throughout the summer, throughout the past couple years, and we'd go there and sell art pieces and network with other artists and vendors. And it's really cool to see this kind of stuff going on in our area. So this is our first artist that we're going to cover. So I sat down with Jared Stewart, her husband, and we talked about Nikki Stewart. And what is she trying to convey? What is her story? What does her work say? And who is Nikki Stewart overall as an artist, as a person? I think it's going to be really interesting for you guys to hear, especially if you're an artist out there, if you are looking to hear a good story or just really interested in other people. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. It's a slideshow, so we put her work on a slideshow, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so I'm sitting here with Jared Stewart, you're Nikki's husband. How long have you guys been married?
We've been married about 6 years. 6 wonderful years.
So you would consider yourself an entrepreneur. What is it like living with another entrepreneur in the household?
Well, you know, we really do spur each other as far as trying to get out there, get our brands out there, as it were, and we try to make sure that we cover as many of the avenues within our local area that we can within the means that we have.
Who is Nikki Stewart?
My wife, Nikki Stewart, she's an enrolled Northern Cheyenne tribal member, raised on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation. She's lived in various areas throughout the country, and has been back in Montana since probably about 2001 until present day.
So being so close with Nikki, what does Nikki's work aim to say? Or what would you think that her work would aim to say?
From what I can gather from what I've witnessed over the years that I've known her, is that she works relentlessly to inspire other artists based on the fact that she has been around the world. She has seen other cultures. She has experienced the different air out there, and upon coming back home and being in our area, in our region, our reservations, our world, she tries to bring that upon the rest of the people and to inspire that amongst our people, because she has seen different cultures and she wants to use that kind of influence upon our people to get them to do the best that they can with their artistry and their culture, and hopefully teach our youth to be able to do that for themselves.
So what is Nikki's big goal that she's trying to accomplish currently?
You know, a lot of times I always kind of thought that, you know, maybe it was the entrepreneurship, maybe it was being a promoter, but as far as I can really tell, you know, she wants to be more of an advocate for Native Americans, indigenous artists, and a promoter is somebody that seeks profit. And that's not what I see with her, because there's a lot more heart involved, there's a lot more soul involved, and it's, at the end of the day, maybe she doesn't necessarily have rewards monetarily or financially, but she does in the fact that she's inspired others to witness her work, witness her effort, and in doing so, maybe they can go out there and expand their horizons.
So I think this will be a little bit interesting to our listeners, especially entrepreneurs that are going to be listening to us. How does Nikki Stewart seek out her opportunities?
You know, Nikki Stewart is relentless. She has a very calm, cool demeanor, but in that, she's a very, very, very excellent people person. She knows how to talk to people. She has that demeanor in which they want to talk to her. She's a beautiful woman. That upon just by itself is an attraction for a lot of people to find out what she's up to, what she wants to do. They want to hear her. And then she has her art, and with that, she can create her own brand. She can create her own network. She can inspire those.
And what would you say her influences are? Or who are her influences?
You know, it's really hard to pinpoint that at this point in time, because when I first met her, she was creating some of her art from a lot of the materials that she was able to access, but you could tell that she was stretching and she was trying to make it as exotic as she possibly could. And then as it went along, and then others were influenced by that, and they were starting to borrow, for the sake of a better term, designs. Then she brought it back, and when I say brought it back, she brought it back to home and decided to go a little bit more culturally with that. And then now when you look at her work, it's inspired by history, Native American history, whether it's from her tribe or her neighbor tribe, the Crows, or any of the tribes that she sees in some of the books or the history books or the magazines. That's what I see has influenced her the most at this point.
So Nikki has helped me out over the years, especially with being an artist, entrepreneur, and just someone I can call on when it comes to opportunities that pop up, especially with Nikki Stewart and the things that she puts on. So I know that she would probably have something to say to the artists out there who are struggling to be heard. What do you think her words would be?
If I was to try and formulate some kind of a quote that my wife would say, is that she would probably tell them to be proud of who they are, never quit, always try to extend their vision, try to go beyond where they're at, and always maintain their culture and be proud that they're an indigenous person, a Native American.
So what are some things we can learn from Nikki Stewart?
Pretty much everything that I said so far. If it was to be played back, if it was to be written down, is everything that we can learn from her. The way she walks, the way she talks, how she presents herself, the quality in which she does things, it transpires into the work that she puts out there, and the work that she puts out there, people talk about. People want to know where it comes from. They want to find that source. And in this day and age, it's really hard to find a source for some of this artwork or for some of those styles. And if she was to ever hit the mainstream, I believe that she could really do something with that.
Well, this was definitely interesting to hear, especially coming from you, her husband. And I think it'll really gravitate towards those listeners out there, that you can really make an impact on somebody, especially when it comes to your work or as an artist. And thank you so much for being here, Jared.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope you guys enjoyed her slideshow. You guys can check out her page at Nikki Stewart, and I'll see you guys next time.